Hi, my name is Nur Aimi Sofia binti Amin Hasif, a beta sales student from MLCKB. Today, our group will be presenting on the topic Sociology of Education. Sociology of education is the study of the relationship between education and society. It examines how schools, teachers, students, families, and communities influence learning, behavior, and social development. Education is more than just gaining academic knowledge. It helps individuals develop important skills, build social values and identities, and prepare ones to become responsible members of the society. To better understand the educational issues, sociologists uses four main perspectives. The first one is the functionalist perspective, which views schools as institutions that maintain social order and teach shared values. The second is the conflict perspective, which argues that education can reflect social inequality and unequal opportunities among different groups. The third is the interactionist perspective, which focuses on how everyday interactions between teachers and students influence behavior and learning. Finally, the critical perspective emphasizes on equality, social justice, and inclusive education, ensuring that every student has fair opportunities to succeed. These four perspectives help us understand educational issues from different viewpoints and provide ideas for improving students' well-being and creating a better learning environment. On this slide, before discussing the sociological perspectives, let me summarize the issue first. Recent school stabbing cases in Banting and Bandar Utama have raised serious concerns about student safety in Malaysia. Tan Sri Lee Lam Thai emphasizes that schools should always be safe places for learning. He also pointed out that punishment alone is not enough to stop the school violence. To prevent these incidents, several actions have been recommended. These include hiring more school counselors, improving mental health support, identifying at-risk students early, strengthening anti-bullying policies, and also encouraging better cooperation between schools, parents, the police, and the community. Now, let's see how different sociological perspectives explain this issue. First is the functionalist perspective. Functionalists believe that society works like a system where every institution has an important role. Schools are responsible for providing education, maintaining order, and also teaching values. When school violence happens, it disrupts learning, creates fear among students, and also weakens their trust in the school environment. From this perspective, the solution is to strengthen the school system through early intervention, more counselors, better supervision, and also cooperation between schools, parents, and the community. Next is the conflict perspective. This perspective argues that violence is often caused by inequality and also social problems such as bullying, family issues, or unequal access to support. Instead of focusing only on punishment, schools should address the root causes of violence by providing equal access to mental health services, counseling, and also support for all students. Moving on to the next slide, which is the third perspective, is the interactionist perspective. Interactionists focus on everyday interaction between students, teachers, and also peers. They believe that students' behavior is influenced by their daily experiences and relationships. Small warning signs such as aggressive behavior or social isolation should be recognized early. Schools should encourage positive relationships and provide safe and confidential ways for students to report bullying or other problems before they become serious. Lastly, the conflict perspective. The main goal of this perspective is to ensure fairness and equal support for every student. Schools should improve their counseling services, strengthen their school policies, and work closely with the families and the community to reduce violence, and create a safer learning environment for all students. In conclusion, each sociological perspective explains school violence in a different way. The functionalist perspective focuses on maintaining social order. The conflict perspective highlights inequality and the need for equal support. And the interactionist perspective emphasizes the importance of daily interactions and early intervention. And by combining all these approaches, schools will be able to create a safer, more supportive environment for all students where they can learn without fear of anything. That is all for my part. Moving on to the next slide.
Hi, my name is Nordaina Alisha and I will be presenting about the perspective of the articles that we have written. So, the title of the article is Loneliness Should Be Treated as a Social Issue in 2025 by Catherine Bates. So firstly, loneliness nowadays is now becoming a growing public health issue. It is not only caused by personal problems, but it is also a social problems. Most of these are caused by urbanizations, technology and social media, changing family structures, weak community relationships, and also economic pressure. All of these factors can lead to people to feeling loneliness, especially for older people that lives alone, and this loneliness can affect both mental and also the physical health. So family, communities, employers, and also the government must work together to reduce the loneliness of these people. So this article is written to encourage stronger social support and community connections. So firstly, let's look at the functionalist aspect. So from the functionalist aspect, it explains that loneliness can affect people's mental and also the physical health. So this is because of the factors like weak family relationship and also less community support that can increase their loneliness. So from this, the government must organize social activities and also community programs so that they can reduce this loneliness. So this loneliness can help the society to stay stable. As the functionalists, all of these aspects in the society help each other to become stable. So by reducing loneliness, it can also help society to become more harmonious. So the next perspective is conflict perspective. Conflict perspective explains all of these exist because of the differences or the inequalities in the society. So poor people may experience more loneliness since they have less access and get more inequalities. So some groups have less access to healthcare and also social support like hospital and school. So from this, economic problems and inequality can increase the loneliness. This is because they do not have enough support from others, especially from those that should have supported them when they are in hardships. So from this, the government should provide an equal support to everyone so that everyone can have the equal access and can become healthy mentally and also physically. Next, from the interactionist perspective, explains that interaction is people. It's important to become about society. So firstly, meaningful relationships can reduce loneliness. What does it mean by meaningful relationship? It is a relationship that has strong bonds that can make you feel comfortable. Even though you only have a few friends, you still feel as you can pour out your heart and can feel comfortable. So social media cannot replace the real life interactions you need to have a face-to-face interactions so that you can feel the connection and bond between people. So this will make the people feel accepted and can improve their mental health and also physical health. So this kind of positive communications can help people to feel connected and help society to become a better society that bonds with each other. The last perspective is the critical perspective. Critical perspective does not only look or blame onto one person, but also the other organizations it involves. So urbanization and also busy lifestyle contributes to loneliness. So the lack of also public spaces reduce social interactions. It means like nowadays there's not really access to like public libraries because there's not enough money to maintain them. So there's a lot of companies that has closed, and then so the government is the one that should improve these kinds of facilities so that they can improve the mental health of people that feel lonely, so that they can interact with more people and can connect with more people so that they don't feel lonely. So lastly, the society should solve the root cause of the loneliness before moving on to the other steps so that they can improve the society. In conclusion, both of the articles about criminology and also medical sociology discusses an important social issues. These issues affect the individuals and also the society. So each of the sociological perspective explains the issues differently. So firstly, the functionologists focus on the role of the social institutions and how they correlate with each other. And next, the conflict perspective focuses on inequality and power and how it affects the individuals and also the society. So the interactionist perspective focuses on daily interactions and relationship with people. So what can they improve from that, and so on. So the critical perspective focuses on social problems and the need for change. What can the government do to change these kinds of issues? So overall, the understanding of these four perspectives helps us to understand better about the social issues, also to find a better solution so that the society can live happily ever after.